Hey folks, welcome you all to a new video. This is CA Ganesh Bharadwaj. So in this video, I am going to share with you all the one day before exam strategy for your paper 6A financial management for your September 2025 exams. Now for all those who think it's difficult to prepare for your FF, now trust me, I am going to prove it to you how easy it is and how achievable it is to score even an exemption in this last paper, right? Now this is a time tested strategy, right? And this is in line with the exemption strategy video which I had uploaded, the 3/4 strategy video. Now what you need to do is first start off with your cost of capital chapter, right? This chapter gets a weightage of 8 marks. Do it fully, right? Every single component of cost, your KD, KE, KP, all the methods and weighted average cost of capital, marginal cost of capital, to all the sums. So especially when you are revising the day before your exam, if you have attended my lectures, so please have this library of adjustments which I would have dictated during the course of our lectures. So please have it with you, and along with that, if you revise, it will be very effective and it will only take about half the time which I am going to tell you, right? Normally, that's all it takes, right? So first you touch your cost of capital chapter, finish it fully. It carries a weightage of 8 marks, and then go on to your leverages chapter, which is fairly an easy chapter, right? And that roughly on an average carries a weightage of 6 marks, and then go on to your capital structure theories chapter, right? There, this chapter gets a weightage of about 7 marks, and then go on to your investment decisions, which on an average gets tested for 10 marks, and then move on to ratio analysis. Generally, ratio analysis, in my opinion, I think generally in question number, the first question of your descriptive component, that's where they generally test it. Or if not, generally this question comes in at least for about 5 marks minimum, wherein they test you on this preparation of balance sheet, missing figures. That's how they generally test this particular chapter, right? Now these 5 chapters alone gives you a coverage of 36 marks out of the 50 mark component, right? So once you finish this, the remaining chapters can I omit? Wait, that's not what I'm trying to say. Once you finish this, go to your dividend decisions chapter. In that, definitely at least do Walter model and your variable growth rate model. The variable growth rate model, basically they will say for the first 5 years the growth rate will be so and so, and after 5 years or 6 years, as the case may be, the growth rate will grow at a constant rate. So there are two different growth rates. Variable growth rate model, at the end of the period you need to arrive at the terminal value and all. Somehow I feel in this attempt, September 25 attempt, you can get a question from variable growth rate model. So definitely, at least in dividend decision chapter, these two you try to cover, right? And once that is over, go to working capital management chapter. There, if not, you are not able to cover it fully, at least do 2 units. One, you do your working capital cycle, that is the first unit, introduction to working capital. So the operating cycle, working capital cycle, that you do. And then do questions from receivable management. So revise this concept, this area of receivables management. At least you try to cover that. This will predominantly cover close to about 45 to 48 marks in your FM component itself, I'm telling you, right? So this is how it's going to be. Out of the 60 marks, that is including the choice questions, about 48 to 50 marks will be covered from this segment itself. Now, sir, what should be the time that I can take? Now, what I would suggest is first spend the first 1.5 hours in cost of capital. Do it properly. Generally, this chapter is a must visit, right? So first 1.5 hours you spend on this chapter. Then for a leverages, take 1 hour. For capital structure, take 1.5 hours. Investment decisions, 2 hours. Ratio analysis, 1 hour, right? And dividend decisions, these two concepts, Walter and variable growth rate, maximum 1 hour you can allocate. And working capital cycle. So here, working capital management, you can do sums from, the concepts from working capital cycle and receivables management. Overall, you can take 1 hour. So the entire FM component, overall, it will take a maximum of about 9 to 10 hours, right? Plus whatever possible in theory also, you just quickly skim through the pages. Beyond that, nothing is required. From our concept decoder book, quickly just skim through the pages. Whatever it is, you just get a feel that you know it, so that if at all they ask something, you can put it in your own words also. Overall, for your FM component alone, the 50 mark FM component, the day before your exam, overall, you can spend just about 9 to 10 hours, and with that, the entire preparation of the FM component will be sorted. Now, what I would suggest is, right, so I'm recording this video on the 13th of September. That is, your audit paper, your audit exam would have been over today. Now, once you come back from your audit exam, the previous paper, right, now what you can do is, maybe you can just refresh yourself enough. Maybe start your preparation at around 7 p.m. right? Now, three chapters you take, totally spend about 4 hours tonight, right? Totally spend about 4 hours tonight. In 4 hours, guys, you can comfortably finish 3 chapters. This is all I'm telling you. 1.5 plus 1 plus 1.5 hours. Cost of capital, leverages, and capital structure. So comfortably finish about three chapters, that is spend about 4 hours, right? Maximum up to 11:30 p.m. You can just stretch and you finish it. What happens with a peace of mind, you can just go to bed. Now wake up next morning, right? Now what you can do is tomorrow, now you can just get started max by around 7 a.m. you start. So you wake up at around 6:30, get ready by 7 a.m. you start your preparation, right? Now maximum out of this 9 hours, you would have already covered 4 hours, right? The previous night itself. So you just need to cover 5 hours. So 7 a.m. you start. So 7 to 1, maximum 6 hours are there, right? Let's say 2 p.m. itself. Up to 2 p.m. you can take overall out of 7 hours, right? Let's reduce 1 hour for in between. You need to do your, you need to have your breakfast, lunch, and all that. So reduce all this time. Literally, guys, about 6 more hours you can spend for your FM component. Max by 2 p.m. of the day before exam, you will be done with your FM preparation part, right? And whatever time is left, you can just use that time for your strategic management preparation. So this would be a time tested strategy. And guys, always remember, first you focus on the top scoring topics. First do cost of capital, 8 marks, then leverages, about 6 marks, then capital structure, about 7 marks. This itself will contribute close to about 20-21 marks, right? So out of a 50 mark component, 40% is taken care of in these 3 chapters, right? Once that is done, you'll go on to investment decisions, another 10 marks, 30 marks. Overall, 31 marks gets covered here itself. Ratio analysis, another 5 marks, about 36 marks get covered here. Then go to your dividend decisions and working capital. Predominantly, you can cover your overall FM component that easily, right? And whatever time is left, you can use for your theory. And by 2 p.m., the day before your exam, you can wind up with your FM preparation. Now, for FM, I have uploaded a marathon. So in case you want to revise it along with me, you can use that marathon and also you can revise it, right? And that's about it, guys. Nothing great. So half the students, I feel, fail even before they enter into the exam hall, thinking that the preparation is difficult. Don't think, get into the work, right? And knock off one chapter by one chapter. Automatically, you will be showing a progress, and that's about it. Literally here, I've proved it to you. It's this simple to crack your FM paper, right? No matter what, just go and write the exam. I'm sure you will really do well, right? So this is going to be the strategy. Just focus on this. And guys, give importance to this variable growth rate model, because somehow I feel that it might get tested in this September attempt, right? And guys, you all are so dedicated and you guys are giving your level best, right? So just keep moving forward, and I'm sure you guys will do really well in your exam. So on that note, I'm signing off in this video. I will meet you all in CA final. Bye.